All right, welcome back. Let's talk about comedian Basketmouth's ex-wife. Okay, so apparently over the past few days, she was all up in the club with a few friends. They were gingering, having a good time, dressed, like the baddies, and they were just having a good time. And one of our loyal listeners here sent me, and then she made a comment that I thought we should talk about. You know, oh, is this playing? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, 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 we're not playing. Oh, we're here for real. I promise you.
You they use
We're here for real. But let's talk about. I think her name is Elsie Okpo. Is it Okpocha? Elsie Basketmouth. Okay, let's just go with that. No disrespect. Sorry, I know she's. Last time I checked, I think they're divorcing, but there's also rumors that they're still together. All right. So no big deal there. Either way, people. I think they have 2 or 3 children together. So hey, don't be surprised if they figure out how to make it work and they come back together. It's very possible. All right. But yeah, last time we checked, they were going their separate ways. They announced they were going their separate ways. Basketmouth is a Nigerian comedian, one of the top most Nigerian comedians out there. But yeah, so somebody, one of our listeners here, sent me the thingy, and I'm like, oh, I guess we can talk about it. Let me see if I think I have it. Okay, yeah, I have it here. So I actually had it scripted, my points on it. So I'm just gonna read it, and then instead of, because I was gonna read it, I wasn't sure if I was able to go live since I'm away from the studio right now. So anyway, divorce and new beginnings. What Basketmouth's ex-wife teaches us about life after marriage. Okay, that's what this is about. What Basketmouth's wife teaches us about life after marriage. Divorce can be tough. Divorce is tough. Not only is divorce tough, divorce is a solution to a lot of people's preamble to the toughness of divorce. A lot of people have gone through woto woto instead of marriage. So this is just, this idea of divorce is their way to save themselves from the typical trauma, that comes with that. So, but anyway, let me continue. So, let me see here. So yeah, we're going to let's just. So I got the DM, and I received this DM, and we're talking about freedom, transformation, and some deep truth about life post divorce. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's get into it. So here's the message I got. The message says, "Hi, man of prestige. I sent this to you because it seems this men hold this women's lives down before. Well, how will these ladies advise young women, young ones, on how to slay decently when a mother of 3 can wear this all to the club?" So they were wearing club outfits. Club outfits tend to be skimpy. If you're still within 45 or below, tendencies, you might be dressing like going to the club. A little skimpy, cleavage. So I don't have that picture right now. So just picture it in your mind. You know what people wear to club. So the person continues, says, so no decent dressing for clubbing. That's why I always excuse those 20s girls. If 40s can do this, then what else? Please, one question. Do divorce make some women lose it? Yes, take care of you, but this going clubbing daily, backside daily online? Wow. Anyway, so I decided to put together 5 lessons. 5 lessons answer to that question. I did answer the person briefly. Lesson number 1: up to 75% of marriages feels like a prison sentence. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but let's talk about it. Many people feel trapped in their marriages. It's not that they don't love their partner, but sometimes the responsibilities and the routine can feel overwhelming. Imagine being in a place where you feel like you can't fully be yourself, where you you're constantly putting others' needs above your own. It's like being in a prison where you're always on duty. When someone finally decides to end the marriage, it can feel like breaking out of that prison. Suddenly, there's a world of possibilities and you're free to explore them. But with that freedom comes a lot of confusion, responsibilities, and a whole new set of challenges. Lesson number 2. Deciding to move forward after divorce is not easy. Let me do us the justice of putting this on here as a matter of fact. Okay. Lesson number 2. So the lesson number 1 we just covered, just so we can do this justice, because I want you guys to learn from this. Okay. So this was lesson number 1. Okay. Up to 75% of marriage feels like a prison sentence, right? Lesson number 2. Deciding to move forward after divorce is not easy. Now, I know that sounds harsh, but let's talk about it. Okay. Oh no, that was lesson number 1. I'm reading the script I was supposed to read. Okay. Lesson number 2. Deciding to move forward after divorce is not easy. Making the decision to divorce is incredibly tough. There's a lot of soul searching involved. You have to think about the impact on your kids, your finances, your future, and yes, even your social life. The uncertainty can be paralyzing. And once the decision is made, the path forward isn't exactly smooth. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, like any other journey. You might find yourself questioning if you made the right choice or wondering what life would have been like if you had stayed. It's a time of great personal growth, but also a time of great vulnerability. All right. So I'm moving quickly. Let's go to lesson number 3. Before we go into that, let me see what Marriott said here. Marriott said, women can never win in that society. Marry, divorce, party, sit at home, long skirt, short skirt, long hair, buzz cut. Women must be wrong. Hey, voila. I hear you. Okay. I hear you. But yeah, that's the society that we've built, and well, our job here is to help you learn how to navigate and win. That's our job here. Anyway, so let's go to lesson number 3. Post-divorce decisions reflect the level of captivity felt. If you're getting value from this, please hit the like button. Oh, please, I beg all of you now. Please. Hit the like button. Thank you. All right, so lesson number 3. Post-divorce decisions reflect the level of captivity felt. When someone leaves a marriage that felt like a prison, their initial actions might be extreme. It's like they're trying to reclaim all the lost time and experiences missed out on. This is why you might see a mother of 3 hitting the clubs in outfits that seem more suited to a 20-something. It's not just about the clothes or the parties. It's about experiencing freedom in a very raw, very real way. But remember, these decisions are often a reaction to the feeling of captivity they felt in their marriage. It's like the pendulum swinging from one extreme to the other. Eventually, it will settle somewhere in the middle. All right. So, right after you can, it's very easy to see that and say these are extremes, but this is just human behavior, But yep. Let's go to lesson number 4. The temporary feeling of freedom. Let's talk about the temporary feeling of freedom. That feeling of newfound freedom is often just that, a feeling. And it's temporary. You see, people might go all out at first, trying to enjoy every moment of their freedom, but after a while, the excitement fades. The reality of daily life sets back in, and they start to crave something deeper, something more meaningful. This doesn't mean that the choices made during this period are wrong. It's all part of the process. But it's important to recognize that true, lasting happiness doesn't come from the outside. It's not found in the clubs or in how we dress. It has to come from within. All right, good. Let's move on to lesson number 5, which is more or less a continuation of lesson number 4. Lesson number 5, lasting happiness comes from inside. And that brings us to the most important lesson of all. Lasting happiness has to come from inside. External things, whether it's a night out, a new outfit, or even a new relationship, can help. Okay? They can help bridge a gap from point A to point B, and it can be very useful. Listen, there's a level of depression that comes in these transitions that you might just need these things sometimes. Yoruba people say, a little wine here and there, a little hangout with your girls or your boys, okay, so that you don't lose your mind in this phase, might be necessary. But overall, long term, they can't fill that void. True happiness is an inside job. This is why, even after the initial rush of post-divorce freedom wears off, it's crucial to focus on self-discovery and personal growth. Finding out who you are and what you love and what truly makes you happy is the key to a fulfilling life. So, yeah, even if you want to stay in the marriage too, by the way. So, to the person who sent me the DM, here's my take. This isn't about judging anyone, which I know you didn't mean to. You're just pointing something out. We're all on our own journeys, making the best choices we can with the information we have at the time. For those women in their 40s, Basketmouth X, LC, and them friends popping champagne, twerking, doing their thing, looking to find themselves again, I would just let them be, okay? They're learning, growing, and discovering who they are outside of a marriage. As for young women, ladies, young women, sure, it's important to have role models, but it's also important to make your own mistakes. All right? Safety first. Don't hurt yourself in the process, and learn your own lessons. Parents are the ultimate guide. Hopefully, you have enough from the way you grew up to guide you, but everyone has to walk their own path. All right. If you're going through a tough time, whether it's divorce or any other challenge, remember this: it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to feel lost and confused, and it's okay to explore and make mistakes. What's important is that you keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in any one place. Keep learning and keep striving for that inner happiness. All right, so that was that. I hope that was quite helpful in digging through this. So we got some 5 lessons from that. The first lesson being up to 75% of marriages are living like they're living the prison sentence. They're just patching things along. Eventually, they crumble apart. Hopefully, they stay together and work it out. Sometimes they just have to go their separate ways. Number 2, deciding to move forward after divorce is not easy. That's not something that people sit around and just, hey, you're helping people divorce. Lies. It's never easy for most people. And I'm just being safe by saying most. Honestly, nobody's waking up to say they want to divorce. Okay. Number 3, post-divorce decisions reflect the level of captivity felt. So if they just want to jackpot, that's how they felt. Feelings. Okay. You don't have to beat yourself up and indirectly start beating them up because you're now saying they're lying. Feelings, okay? Feelings almost as a default can come off as a lie to other human beings that don't have the same feelings, okay? Lesson number 4, the temporary feeling of freedom. We talked about that. That's just feelings. It's just temporary, right? Lesson number 5, lasting happiness comes from the inside. All right, yes, Chidima, sorry about that. I did see a cue somewhere. Thank you. I appreciate your question. From lesson number 1, but what causes the feeling of being in prison? Is it from being with a person that doesn't make you feel safe? Or is it from the demands and responsibilities of marriage? It could be anything. Okay, it could literally come from your childhood. All right, so it's a vary based on persons to persons, which is why there's only so much we can do on YouTube as a public platform. There's only so much we can do, right? At some point, it's something you have to do the work, the inner work, hopefully with a coach, because it's a very difficult thing to do. And you have to do the inner work and find out what's going on with you as a person. But yes, it could be the person you're with that don't make you feel safe, and it could be that you have personally, whoever doesn't feel safe might just be, it might be a carryover from previous relationships, right? It just depends, right? Yes, demand and responsibilities of marriage are, they're a given. They are a constant. They will always be there. But depending on what environment you find yourself, or what kind of inner beliefs you're carrying around, it can be a lot more harder in certain situations than in others. But everyone inside of marriage, even when they're having a good time in it, have responsibilities. It's just that when they're having, if they have a partner that's supportive, right? If they have a relationship where they both feel supported, and then obviously it's easy to engage your responsibilities and the set demands. Anything that's worthwhile in life, like marriage, has demands, like your job, right? Obviously, but that's something we tend to complain about when the environment, it's not conducive. So it could be anything. It just depends on case by case by case. And hopefully I answered your question. So do me a favor. What are your thoughts about the 5 lessons? Would you add more to it? Would you add more context to it? Ladies, from your experience, would you add more to it? I want to know. I want to hear what your thoughts are about it. All right. So with that being said, let's move on to some other stuff. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. Check out this next segment.
Hi, I'm Lola.
And this is Ola from Man of Prestige.
Did you know that nearly 50% of marriages end in divorce?
Studies also show that children raised in 2-parent households tend to thrive.
If you're struggling in a broken relationship or marriage, you're not alone in facing these challenges.
But having a solid support system is crucial. We offer evidence-based relationship and marriage resources and coaching to help you navigate the difficult times.
Don't just wing it. Learn the principles that work.
Download our 2 free books and book your complimentary coaching session now at manofprestige.com.